Music Time with Miss Kathy.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm so glad to be back with you again. Today we're going to do something really special. This is one of my favorite books. It's called The Creepy Crawly Calypso. Now, it's about bugs and musical instruments. Good combination, huh? So we're going to learn a little bit about the Caribbean sound and the bands that are called Calypso bands today. And you're going to get to learn about instruments and about bugs. So I love this book. I want to show you just a few things first, and then we're going to listen to it. These are some of the creepy crawlers that you're going to see and learn about in this book. This is the tarantula. It's a spider. Yuck. It's very hairy. Ugh. This is a butterfly. Beautiful flying insect. This is a cockroach. Yuck. This is a dragonfly. Oh, they've got long, thin bodies and transparent wings. They're just gorgeous insects. This is the firefly. Now, I love fireflies in the summertime because in the evening, you can go out and look for them. Their tail lights up, and it's like blinking in the night. It's really cool. This is an ant, and all of us have seen ants, especially at picnic time on our blankets, right? You have to be careful. Ladybug, my favorite insect. They come in all kinds of colors, but I like the red the best. And they are said to be very good luck if you see one. This is a cricket, and they make a sound, you know. You can hear crickets at night, and they rub their back legs together, and that's how it makes that sound, the cricket sound. This is a beetle, and this is a centipede. So those are all the insects we're going to learn about in this book. And then each insect plays an instrument. So these are some of the instruments that you will find in a calypso band, and we're going to briefly talk about it, and then you're going to get to hear all the instruments and how they sound. The first one is a steel drum. These are actually made out of barrels, and the inside is hammered. The metal is hammered out, so it plays a whole scale, which means do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So you can play songs playing on the steel drums. The accordion looks like a piano, doesn't it? But you have to squeeze this to get air in and out to make the sound. And then these are buttons that actually make chords that go along with the melody that you're playing. These two instruments right here are in the brass family of instruments of the orchestra. This is the trombone and the trumpet. Now, most of you probably know a trumpet. Sometimes we hear those in jazz or even rock bands, church music. The trombone has a slide, and it's the one that goes like this. That glides down and back up. It makes a really cool sound. These are in the brass family. Saxophone and the flute are in the woodwind family. The saxophone is a really cool instrument. They're all different sizes. There's a soprano sax, there's a tenor, alto, there's a bass, all different sizes of saxophones. And depending on the size, makes a difference in how they sound. The flute is a very high instrument in the orchestra. It usually plays the bird sounds because it's one of the highest sounding instruments. Guitar, you guys probably know exactly what a guitar looks like and sounds like. It has strings that you can either pick or strum, so it's a string instrument. This is a really cool, it looks like a xylophone, but it's actually a marimba. And it's a type of xylophone that's played with a small wooden mallet. Some of you that have been at the library know we've learned about mallets. This is a conga drum. You can make some really cool sounds with a conga drum. And then what is this, boys and girls? A piano. It has 88 keys. So these are the instruments that you're going to hear. And we're going to briefly go through and let you listen to each instrument, and then we'll tell the story.
Hello, come and join the one and only Creepy Crawly Calypso band. Did you know that Calypso bands come from the Caribbean? Calypso musicians play many kinds of instruments. Listen carefully and see if you can recognize them. Steel drums make lots of noise. The accordion has black and white keys like a piano, but you have to squeeze it in and out to make the notes. The saxophone is a wind instrument. The trombone is a brass instrument. And so is the trumpet. The flute makes a beautiful melodic sound, rather like a bird. The Spanish guitar has 6 strings, which you can strum or pluck. The marimba is a type of xylophone. Conga drums are made out of wood with the skin stretched across the top. The piano is the biggest instrument in the band, with 88 black and white keys. You've heard all the instruments. Now see if you can spot them in the song. 1, 2, 3. If you like good music, if you want a treat, just hear these creepy crawlies play their cool calypso beat. If you like good music, if you want a treat, just hear these creepy crawlies play their cool calypso beat. First comes the spider banging steel drums,
With 8 legs.
second come the butterflies with accordions. Third come the cockroaches playing saxophones. Fourth come the dragonflies blowing their trombones. Fifth come the fireflies with brass trumpets to toot. Sixth come the army ants bearing tiny flutes. Seventh come the ladybugs strumming their guitars. Eighth come the crickets, the band's marimba stars.
This is a mallet.
Ninth come the beaters beating congas loudly. 10th come the centipedes tinkling pianos proudly. Any kind of party at any time of day, the creepy curly calypso is the best music to play. Any kind of party at any time of day, the creepy curly calypso is the best music to play.
Yay, boys and girls. I'm so glad you were with me today, and I hope you enjoyed my Calypso Creepy Crawler book, and I hope you've learned something about all the instruments. Let's just review very quickly the instruments that we've learned today, and maybe you will hear some this week while you're listening to television or to a radio in your car or on a CD. This is the steel drums, saxophone, accordion, trombone, trumpet, marimba, Spanish guitar, conga drums, and this is the piano. And I want to tell you a little bit about the piano. Miss Kathy plays the piano, so it's my favorite. But it is keys that you press. So it's kind of like a marimba and a drum. It's a percussive instrument, which means the louder you play it, the harder you play it, the louder the sound. So it's percussive. You have to hit it to make the sound. But the piano, you can't see it here, but if you were to open the lid and look inside, there's some strings. And strings kind of like the guitar. So when you press a note here, there are 88 of them. When you press a note, there's a stick and there's a hammer that's shaped pear-like. And the hammer hits a string and the string vibrates, which makes the sound. So the piano is two kind of instruments in one, percussion and string instrument. Now, the saxophone and the flute are woodwind instruments, and the trombone and the trumpet are the brass instruments. And those are the families of instruments that make up the orchestra. And I am so glad you came and listened with me today to this really cool, fun Calypso music. And I hope to see you soon. Bye, boys and girls.